Welcome back to our course on Excel 2019 Advanced. It's time now for exercise 2, and with exercise 2 I'm going to set you quite a few things to do with this invoice we're developing. The starting point is the exercise 2 file, and my answer will be in the exercise 2 answer. There are several steps to this exercise, so I'm going to work through it in front of you without actually showing you exactly how I'm doing each step, because that is going to be for you to figure out. So the point at which we left this was that we set up VLOOKUP to determine descriptions for entered part numbers, and we'd put in some handling for situations where there was a missing part number or in situations where the part number was not entered in column C. Now ultimately we might want to make the number of line items in this worksheet variable, but right now I'm happy to leave it at 5 line items. Now the first thing I want you to do is pick up the unit price from the catalogue. And having picked up the unit price, make sure that the quantity column, column B, allows just numeric whole numbers. In this case, the customer is ordering just 3 door handles. But then I want you to apply a discount. And the rule for the discount is that the discount is generally 0 unless the item being ordered has door handle in the description. So we're doing a special offer on door handles at the moment, and you get a special 10% discount for door handles. So this is the next step for me. I now have 2 line items in the order. The first line item, part number 19232, is in fact for some door handles, and as you can see the discount of 10% is shown in column F and the discounted price is shown in column G. Whereas the second line item, these are not door handles, so there is no discount and the discounted price is the same as the unit price. I've then multiplied the quantity by the discounted price and got a total price, and I've then got a grand total at the bottom there, 88.47. I've also put into cell B12 the total number of items in the order. So in exercise 2, this is what you're headed for, but there are some features that are not immediately apparent, and I want to talk about those next. In rows 10 and 11, that's the 4th and 5th line items, note that there is nothing shown at all, but in fact the required formulae are in the various columns. So all of this is set up in such a way that these cells are empty every time there is no valid part displayed. Note that in row 9, that is the 3rd line item, because we have a part that doesn't exist in the catalogue, we don't get a price or a discount, etc. So one of the tricky things about these formulae is that you have to set them up in such a way that these cells are left blank when there is no valid value to show. You don't want an error message or an NA, so that's one of the tricky things to do. Another tricky thing to do is this. Let me put in another part number here, and I'm going to put in 75664. Now note, that is not a door handle, so there is a 0% discount. I get the unit price okay, I get the discounted price okay. The total price is 0 because I haven't put in a quantity yet. So let's suppose that I want 4 of those, and that's fine. Now let me put in one other part number. 51609. And we're going to have 2 of those. Now note, 10% discount because this part is a door handle. Note that in this case the H on handle is in lowercase. Still, the way that I've done this detects the fact that this is a door handle part, and if you've been using the find function, you may want to look at alternatives for that, or you may want to think a little more laterally about what you would need as a description to look for door handle in it, whether or not it had capital letters, and indeed whether or not it was a door handle or door handles. So a little bit more detailed thinking to do there. Quite often when you're setting up relatively complex workbooks in Excel, some of these details take quite a little bit of head scratching to sort out. And I guess the only other thing I might say is that if you come up with a solution which is pretty much different to mine but works, it's equally valid to mine. There isn't one right way to do this and lots of wrong ways. You're just looking for a way that works to the level that I've described here. Now, to be fair, there are probably one or two ways in which what I've done wouldn't quite work in an ideal way. I probably have a bit more work to do to sort out the remaining glitches, but don't look to match what I've done in terms of how I've done it. Just find something that works. That's it for this section. I will see you in the next.